My name is Amy O'Keefe, and I'm excited to be joining you this afternoon with two of my favorite people and colleagues on our TW Denton campus. So I'm here with the Office of CARE, which is Campus Alliance for Resource Education. My tried and true trusty assistant, Joanna, is joining me in the chat room. So get those questions going when you guys join us. Or later you can follow up with us if you're watching this archived. So today we're going to be talking about academic advising and technology resources, two hot and super important topics for all of you out there. And I want to start by introducing you to Justin Gerstenberger, who is our very own coordinator of academic advising. How are you this morning, Justin?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing, Amy?
You're better than me. I'm doing fabulous. Thank you for thank you for asking. It's been a wild and woolly week here in Denton, Texas. I'm sure we're all feeling that. But what's really important is it's time to already be thinking about spring semester, right?
That's right, it is. And so I put together some slides and some things to talk about and important dates that are coming up for our students and that can be used all the way through the beginning of next semester. On the slide that you can see, I've got our advising website homepage as well as the link to the Pioneer portal in case the students, you guys don't want to go to the TW webpage to click on your Pioneer portal, but the advising website does have a list of all of our academic advisors on it, from freshman through graduating senior, and some of the names on that website are actually highlighted, meaning that they're hyperlinked to the advisor's calendar so that you can just click on their name and schedule an appointment with them without ever having to email or give them a call and get on their calendar to meet with them to get in and get those classes. So, is it okay if I go ahead and get started, Amy? All right, so next slide, there we go. So some important dates that are coming up. So November 10th today is our early registration for those of you that are going to be juniors. November 17th, which is 1 week from today, is early registration for our sophomore students. November 24th is registration for first-year students. And I also put on there January 22nd because oftentimes we forget that while the dates in November are early registration, the last day to register for classes for spring 2016 is going to be January 22nd, which is the Thursday of the first week of class, or Friday of the first week of classes. So don't panic if you haven't met with your advisor and they can't maybe meet with you until December. You can then meet with your advisor and immediately go online and register. So keep in mind that these are start dates of registration and that we do have a good 2 months, almost 2 months of registration for students coming up for the spring semester. And then if we go on to the next slide, we'll talk about our financial obligations. Can we move to the next slide? There we go. So some good dates to keep in mind that impact advising but more impact you financially. January 11th is when, if you're receiving any financial aid from TWU, is when that that's when it gets posted to your account. January 12th, so the very next day at 6 o'clock is going to be the payment deadline for that. Can we go back one slide? And then also on January 12th is the deadline for 25% of your tuition payment due if you are doing the payment plan. And then we also have a couple of other dates on there. So January 15th is the last day to withdraw from TWU and receive a full refund. So if you decide that you're not going to take classes in the spring, that would be your last day to withdraw and receive a 100% refund minus a processing fee, if that was your decision. So just some good dates to add to your calendar and make sure you're aware of them. And so now what we're going to move into is I want to show you guys how to put classes into your shopping cart and then how to ultimately register for classes. Because we do it so seldomly, meaning we only do it once a semester, that sometimes it's good to kind of have a refresher. And so if we move on to the next slide, I have kind of a step-by-step guide of how you can go in and register for your classes. So to add classes to your shopping cart, you're going to log into your Pioneer portal and click on the student link. When you get there, you're going to get the screen that you see here. I apologize that it's so small, but the screenshot definitely needed to be able to fit on the screen. But you're going to click on where the arrow is, where it says register for classes, and it's going to take you to this next step, which shows you this area. So when you're going to go register for sections, step 2 would be search and register for sections. And then once you click on that button, we'll go ahead and move to step 3, which is going to take you to another screen. So lots of clicks here, but it's well worth all of the clicking that you're going to have to do. So if we'll move on to step 3, so step 3 is going to bring you up to this screen, and there's a lot going on here. And as you can see, I've got 4 different arrows kind of pointing to the areas. So for the purpose of this presentation, we went through and kind of selected a typical class. You can put in any class that you want. But in the first area, the term, you definitely want to select Spring 2016 as your term. Subject, remember that you have to at least fill in 3 of these different fields in order to be able to search for classes. And so you'll want to put in your subject. If you have a course number from meeting with your academic advisor or a course number that you're interested in, you can type that in. Or if you want to just search for all of the English classes, you can leave the course number area blank. I always suggest to students that you select the course status, which is that far bottom right arrow. Definitely want to select open, so that way you're not looking at any classes that may already be closed. If you have specific information that you need, for example, course type, you can select that. That'll tell you whether or not the course is hybrid, online. That way you can kind of narrow your search a little bit. If you want to look at the course level, you can do that, instructional method. You can also select different days of the week depending on how much you want to refine your search. But for this presentation, for this example, we went ahead and selected Freshman Composition 1, which is English 1013. And so we put in all of those appropriate fields, and then the next step would actually be to click Submit, which will take you to another screen. So we'll move on to that slide for step 4. And so on step 4, when we did that search, as you can see, it pulled up a wide variety of many different sections of that course. So we had many sections to choose from, and just kind of looking at which day and time, and if you have a specific faculty member that you might be wanting to work with, you can select that. But for this particular presentation, we went ahead and we decided we're going to take the very first one that popped up. So the first thing that you do is click the Add button so that the little check mark comes in. And again, I apologize for how small this is, but you click the Add button, and that will select the course that you want. You can do it for any of the courses that are there. And then next you'll click on the Submit button. And so if we move on to step 5, we'll see the screen on the next slide of what that looks like. So now you're in what's called My Shopping Cart. And so underneath this area is where you're going to see your currently enrolled classes. So you'll see all the classes that you're currently taking this fall semester. Then above that is going to be what's called your shopping cart. And as you can see, that's where this class has gone to. And magically we changed classes, so we decided to go with biology course for this example. And so you've got your biology class listed here, and you can see that it's a 2-credit hour, and then it's there in your shopping cart. You can go through steps 1 through 4 for every single class that you're taking and slowly add them to your shopping cart. So you could have a list of 5 or 6 classes, depending on how many labs you might have with your courses, listed here in your shopping cart. And then they kind of just hang out in there until it's time for you to go ahead and register for your classes. And so at this point, you can just kind of sit back and wait for your registration date. So if you're a first-year student, you've got your shopping cart full, you can just hang out until November 24th or whenever you've had the opportunity to meet with your advisor and have your registration hold removed to go through and actually register for your classes. If we move to the next slide, we'll actually see how you can go about registering for the classes after they've been in your shopping cart. So now it's time for you to register, and so you can see here we still have the biology course listed in the shopping cart. And so what you're going to do is click on the actions for all preferred sections. So you'll have all your classes in your shopping cart. You'll click that drop down and say register, and then it is cut off from the screen, but at the very bottom of the page there will be a submit button. And what you get to do is just click submit, and it will automatically register you for all of the courses that are in your shopping cart as long as they're still open. So part of the thing that you're going to have to do when you register is you may have classes in your shopping cart, but that doesn't mean that you're holding a space in that course. And so it's important to make sure that those sections of classes that you've selected are still open when you go to register, because you don't want to try and register for a course that is already full. And the wait list is at capacity. And so just make sure that you're checking that before you click down to go through registering for all of the classes in your shopping cart. But using the shopping cart is a great way to kind of get a schedule of how your semester might look, so that if you're having to put in work schedules, or if you're arranging childcare, or if you're a commuter student and you're having to commute to Denton for your classes, it kind of gives you an idea of what you can kind of expect for the semester and kind of start wrapping your head around how am I going to start planning out how to be successful for the next semester. I believe I have one more slide to go over, and so it's just really any questions that anyone might have. You can always email advising@twu.edu to get assistance with meeting with an academic advisor or just general advising questions that you may have. You can also call us at 940-898-2367 and speak with the front desk in the Pioneer Center for Student Excellence. They can get you connected with an advisor or get you connected back with me, and we can definitely talk about advising or where you need to be connected to around campus. Our goal is to make sure that you're not bounced around campus, but we get you to your final destination in the most direct route when you do call us or email us with a question. So with that being said, do we have any questions from anyone about anything that we've gone over? So we have a question on, once a student gets advised, should they see the same advisor each semester? For our first year students, they will see the same advisor for both first and second semester of their first year. Students that are over 30 completed semester credit hours, so once you've completed 30 semester credit hours, you will then be assigned a college advisor, and that will be your advisor for the remainder of your college experience. So however long it ends up taking to complete your degree, whether it be 1 year after 30 hours or it be 5 years after 30 hours, you'll meet with the same advisor each semester. What's interesting to note is that for the majority of our student population, once you reach 30 hours, academic advising is not required for your major.
Hi,
so
Justin, that was really helpful information.
With your
I have
major
to let you know
advisor.
that. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Just make sure you're checking with your department on whether or not you are required for advising, and you'll be able to know that by logging into your Pioneer portal and checking for the holds in your Pioneer portal. And if it says 30+ student hour advising, that means your department does require advising, and you'll want to make sure you try to meet with an advisor before your registration date. And that's all I got. My pleasure. I gotta thank you. So I'm all done with advising. So if we're ready to turn it over to Heather for technology, I'm good to go. You can always contact me if you have any questions.
Well, we lost Amy, so I'll just fill the dead air till Amy jumps back in. Feel free to interrupt me at any time. I don't have my slides up yet, but I can introduce myself. I'm Heather Davis. I work in the Office of Technology. Oh, there are my slides. So I'm going to pause to see if Amy wants to jump in. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So I am a coordinator for the Students Advisory Committee for Technology, which is a governing voice for students in technology at TWU, which is very helpful. And I am ready for the next slide, which I can't advance myself. Awesome. Uh-oh, that looks like a mess. Well, we wanted to let you know about all of the services that are available. So today I'm going to run you through each of those, and they're going to look better on the next slides. Technology Service Desk, Computer Labs and Printing, Software and Hardware discounts. We have 24/7 on-demand training, and then help with hardware if you're on the Denton campus. You can learn more about these and all of the services available to you on the Service Desk website, which is twu.edu/servicedesk. Next slide. All right. So, Technology Service Desk. If you didn't know, this is available for you. It's live, free technical support by phone, chat, or email, and you can see how to contact them there. And this is good for troubleshooting for Blackboard, WebAdvisor, etc. They can also help you with password resets and any account issues. Software and hardware discounts, so discounted software through eAcademy on the hub, and you see the link there. There's also the link to set up the account for the first time. You can find that on the Service Desk website. You'll just click on Technology Discounts and see the link to create that account to access those discounts. That's Microsoft software, some Adobe software, I think, some good stuff out there. So before you go buy software, be sure to check the eAcademy on the hub. We also have Dell PC discounts, so that's dell.com/TW to access those. And then Apple discounts, which that link is a little bit messed up there, but again, if you go to the Service Desk website and then click on Technology Discounts, scroll down, and you'll see the Apple discounts there. So Computer Labs and Printing. If you're in Denton, I don't know if you know about all of the wonderful open access labs. So there are labs in MCL, in ASB, in HDB, in the Student Center, and in the library. And in the Technology Resource Center, the TRC in MCL, on the second floor, you'll, if you're looking at the Mega Lab coming up the stairs, it's going to be down the hallway on your right, and it'll be that first office that you run into. And they have all kinds of specialty software, statistical software, the Adobe Creative Suite, different things like that. So if you want to get to know those software, or you have work that you want to do in there, then that is open to you as an open lab. It's available. And then, of course, we have the large open access labs in Dallas and Houston with free printing, and also smaller spaces across those campuses where there are PCs available. And I don't remember what the next one is, but we're going to find out. Oh, there we go. Got it. Sorry. 24/7 on-demand training. So, lynda.com, an online education company, and literally thousands of video courses. And not only software, but also creative and business skills, soft skills like public speaking, leadership, how to have difficult conversations, emotional intelligence, really a lot of good things to help prepare you for the workplace, getting beyond the basics of, well, not the basics, but the foundation of your education that you're getting in college. You can really supplement that to make yourself very valuable in the marketplace by accessing this free training, and you get certificates for the courses that you follow. They have exercise files that you can do so you can actually apply the information while you're there. If you wanted to learn about the creative software, you could actually go into the TRC and use the software while you're taking the course so that you could practice what you're learning in the course. To get started, you'll go to lynda.twu.edu/IP login. That'll be how you create your account. And then after that, you will just go go straight to lynda.com and log in, and that you can log into any device that is connected to the internet. You can create playlists. It's a really cool service that a lot of students don't know about. So we are hoping that you will access that information. Soon we will have single sign-on, so very soon you'll actually just be able to log in with your TW credentials and start learning right away. And we will be sending out a lot of information when that's here, because we want to encourage everyone to take advantage of the excellent slides available here. So the last service I'll talk about is hardware help in the Technology Resource Center. This is through STAR, the Student Technology Assistance and Resources Program. And they have 5 points, so troubleshooting and support for hardware and software related issues, support and assistance with mobile devices and phones, which is excellent. So if your phone breaks, make an appointment with STAR and they can try to help you fix it. There's no charge for the labor and the troubleshooting. You would just pay for any parts that might be needed, and they would actually do the labor on that replacement. So they also provide education for online safety and awareness, education and training for TW services like Blackboard, Portal, and Webmail, and we'll be working with them over the next year to really make some of that training more available to you. Students Advisory Committee for Technology is on the Denton campus, the Dallas campus, and the Houston campus this week to talk to you, to find out what kind of training you want, how you want to receive the training, what we should be doing to get you the information that you need to be successful with technology. And finally, they do education and training for productivity software packages such as Microsoft Office and Adobe Creative Suite. And to get their contact information, just go to the Service Desk website and you can find that information there to make an appointment. So again, when can you learn what you want when you want? You want to go to lynda.com and learn that information. How much does it cost? It's free. And does it only offer academic-related training? No. Any personal, academic, or professional skill development. There's thousands of videos. It's fantastic. Where can you get technology discounts? You know now, tw.e-academy.com to see what's available. And we offer discounts on Apple and Dell computers. Of course we do. Visit the Service Desk website and go to Technology Discounts to learn more. Can students contact the Technology Service Desk? Yes, you can, by phone, email, or you could submit a ticket directly. You can also use chat on their website. And how much storage is available on TW, Gmail, and Google Drive? It is unlimited, so you want to take advantage of that. And if you start receiving spam to your TW Gmail, what should you do? You definitely should report it. You can send an email to the Service Desk, and that helps us keep you and our network safe, because once we know that students are receiving spam, it's usually not just one student who's getting it. There are several students that are targeted, and that helps us shut down the people who are sending the spam so that we don't get infections, which is very good. And is there a place that you can voice your opinion about TW technology? Yes, there is. Students Advisory Committee for Technology, or Students Act, is your voice in all matters technology at TW. And you can find our website at tw.edu/tis/students-act.asp, or just search for Students Act at tw.edu and our website will pull up. That is all I have for you today. I'm happy to answer any questions. And be sure to look for us across campus this week. Again, we're going to be in Houston this afternoon from 3 to 5. I'll be in Dallas tomorrow at the STA meeting, and then I'll be leading a table from 4 to 5:30. And we're in the Union in Denton tomorrow. We are in CFO Thursday at lunch with pizza, and we're in the dorms Thursday evening with cupcakes. So we are out there to give you information and give you yummy treats. So yes, happy to answer any questions that you may have. Sure, so a little more detail on how to submit a ticket. It just depends on what your preference is. You can send an email to servicedesk@tw.edu, and that will automatically create a ticket. If you're more comfortable on the phone, you can call them at 940-898-3971. Or if you prefer, you can go to their website, tw.edu/service-desk, and you can just click to submit a ticket and start putting in just some basic information to generate that ticket. As I said, during regular office hours for the service desk, there's also a chat feature, so you could start a chat. Sorry about that. So that's another possibility to get the information from the service desk. You're welcome. I'm happy to be here, as always. Sorry about my phone.
Thank you, Heather. That information was very helpful. We always love to know about any events that include pizza and cupcakes. And Justin, thank you as well. So I need to share with both of you that we've had some major technology issues on our end. Debated whether we've been participating in a wind tunnel or in a spaceship going through re-entry into space. So nonetheless, the takeaway points I want to share are for students to know, just like staff, when we have these experiences with issues of technology, that there are resources that can help, and for advising as well. So thank you, everyone, and have a great afternoon.